Hi friends, welcome back on my channel and welcome to this slow flow vinyasa. We will be taking it kind of easy, but we will still go deep. We hold the postures for a little longer than maybe you're used to from a dynamic flow. So this class is also suitable for beginners. But as I said, don't think it's only easy. We will still be working with the whole body. We'll be working with the hips a little bit. Make sure to let go of any tension and really enjoy this practice. For today's class, it would be great if you have a yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap at home, you could maybe use the belt of your dressing gown or any kind of soft belt that you could use as an alternative. If you don't have one, that's completely fine. We'll just be using it for a moment and I will show you how to do it without a prop as well. So don't worry too much about it. My name is Jenny. I'm very excited you're here today. Let's get right into it. We start our practice today laying down on the back, and you want to have your prop close if you're using one. So come to lay down on your mat, like maybe you know it from the end of your class. So you really stretch out nicely on the mat, give some space to your arms and to your legs, open the palms up to the sky in kind of a receiving gesture. Ground the shoulder blades down, let the head become heavy. Maybe move the head yes and no softly for the neck to relax, massaging the back of your head against the ground. Maybe close the eyes and take a couple of deep breaths. Every exhale, allow yourself to sink a bit deeper. Just to have that grounding sensation, that moment of arrival on your yoga mat. Leaving everything else behind, anything that has happened today, anything that is planned for today. Just let it be. Let it be okay. Any thoughts that are coming up are fine as well. Just don't let yourself get agitated or distracted for too long, but rather focus your attention in this very moment. Feel the body laying on the ground. Feel the breath softly flowing in and out through the nose. Feel a sensation of calmness, of centeredness arise. Good. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Let it go through the mouth. Blink your eyes open if you have them closed. Extend your right foot up and then pull the knee into the chest. Hold the shin with both hands and pull the knee in for a moment. Massage that belly by breathing into the belly towards the thigh. Send the left heel back. You can activate that long leg for a moment to open that groin. And if you have a strap, you can grab a strap now. We will bring it around the sole of our foot and extend it for so long that you can actually extend the leg and rest the arms down. If you need to bend the leg a little bit, that's completely fine. You don't want to overstrain the back of your leg. If you don't have a strap, you just grab a hold of the back of your thigh, your hamstring. And now we're still arriving in the practice. We're still beginning. So just see where you find that sweet spot of a little bit of activation and a little bit of opening of the back of the leg without straining. You know, the back of the leg is often kind of tight, so don't overdo it. Maybe pull the toes towards yourself a little bit, maybe bend more through the knee or less, see what works for you. Shoulders and head relaxed. We take 2 full breaths here. And we never want to exaggerate the breath. Very smooth and long breaths. One more. Good. And then if you're holding the strap, take both ends in your right hand. You can bring the left hand onto the hip. We drop the right leg towards the right to open up the hip. Now we want to avoid letting the foot go further down or up, because with this way we kind of avoid the opening of the hip. So maybe you're just coming down a little bit. Maybe you come further down. See what works for you. See how long you need that strap. And again, we're just beginning our practice. Don't strain. Don't let gravity do all the work, but really stay in this pose intentionally and again with attention and see what works for you. Opening the hip. Try and keep that left hip down. That's why we have the hand here. If it comes off a little bit, it's fine. Breathe into that pose. Keep your feet slightly activated so you still know what they're doing. Good. 2 more full breaths. Good. We're starting this practice kind of slow. Activate the core. Bring the leg back up. Exchange the hands. We'll bring the leg over now to the left side. And again, don't just drop the leg, but bring it over carefully. See how far you want to go. You might feel it outside, right edge of the back leg. And you want to find a nice sensation. You can bring the right hand into the hip, bring it down in the hip crease and bring it down slightly, and try not to fall over. So your lower back and your pelvis, your sacrum stays on the ground. So again, maybe your leg doesn't go very far. As you see, my leg is quite far up in the air because I already feel a nice stretch in the back of my knee. And I want to stay here. My shoulders are relaxed, face is soft, jaws relaxed. Always feel free to close the eyes once you found your pose, or just rest the gaze down. Good. And then bring the leg back up. Bend the knee into the chest. Release your prop if you have one. And then stand the foot up on the mat and slide it out. Take a moment to feel the difference between the 2 legs. To me, it always feels like the right one now is a bit longer than the left one, or it lays a bit deeper. And then we stand the left foot up. Pull the knee in first. Press that lower back nice and firmly down into the ground. Activate the right foot. Send the heel away. Breathe into the belly. Good. Now either grab your strap or extend the leg without it and hold the back of your leg, and this could also be here. If you have your strap, remember to make the strap nice and long so you can extend the leg as much as is comfortable for you now, and your shoulders can stay on the ground. And again, play a bit. Toes can be closer to you or a bit softer depending on how intense is the stretch for you on the back of your left leg. Right hand comes into the right hip bone, and we stay and breathe. And if you're further here, leg is more bended, or you're with the hands on the leg, all of these options are totally fine. Good. 2 more breaths. Good. Now try and keep the back of your hip grounded and open up that left leg to the side. And again, try not let it go down or up, but keep it in one line with your hip. Lower the foot towards the ground. Keep the support with your left hand. If you don't have the strap, you just do it with your hands. That's fine, but try and stay relaxed in your shoulders. All right? Everybody go where they feel good today. Maybe the left leg comes down further or less. Just see where you want to go to have that nice opening of the inside of the leg, and keep breathing. Try and keep the right hip down. Good. See if something changes over the course of a couple of breaths. And then come back up, exchanging the sides. Right hand grabs the strap, left leg comes over the body. And again, try not lift the lower back off the ground. Keep it down, even if that means the leg just goes over for a little bit. And again, for me, for example, here's a nice spot. I don't have to go much further to have an opening in the back of my leg and to feel it kind of in the left outside of the back of my knee, even in my bum. And so we just breathe into it. Right toes are still kind of pointing up. Your shoulders are relaxed, face is relaxed. And we stay and breathe. It's a nice way to start with these poses because we really have to move into these poses with intention and attention. The body is not warm. Have to handle it with care. Find some space. Good. Last 2 breaths. And bring the leg back up. Release your prop if you have one. Bend the leg, stand the foot up, and then send the leg out. One more moment. Notice the position of your legs. Feel the groins. Feel the feet. Take a deep inhale. And a full exhale. You can take your prop to the side. We won't need it anymore. And then stand your feet up. Pull the knees into the chest. Hug the lower legs. Roll a bit from side to side on that lower back. And then if that's comfortable, you can roll alongside the spine from front to back. Building a little bit of momentum. If it's easier, you can grab the back of your knees. And if this is not comfortable for your spine, then just roll over one side. We will come to sitting, maybe with some momentum. Place the feet in front of us. The right hand grabs the outside edge of the left foot. Left arm crosses. We grab the outside edge of the right foot. And then we round. So we bring the forehead onto the knees. Push the shoulder blades apart. Breathe into the back. Nice moment to check in. Arriving in the seated posture. Good. Take another deep breath here. And then release. Very good. Place the hands behind you. Cross the shins. Now use the hands with a little bit of momentum. Roll over your knees and come onto all fours. We will step back from here into a downward facing dog. Good. Spread out the fingers wide. Take a moment to arrange yourself. Bend the knees generously. Bring them from side to side. Bring some movement into the hips. One more time into the back of the legs. Shake your head softly, yes and no. Take a moment to release your jaw. So move from side to side. Open and close. Move your lips. Nobody's watching you. We hold so much tension in the face. Really release. Good. And then bend the knees very generously. Press the belly towards the thighs. Really press through the arms. Long spine. Lower belly draws in and up. Bum towards the sky. Long back. We take a deep breath in. And a full breath out. And then very slowly on the inhale, roll forward into a high plank till the shoulders arrive over your wrists. If necessary, adjust the distance between hands and feet. Bend the knees, come back up, downward facing dog. We do this 2 more times. Inhale, roll forward. Take your time, shoulder blades apart. Exhale, downward facing dog. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, send the knees down. Inhale here, open up through the chest. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down with a straight spine. Point the toes. Inhale, cobra, roll the shoulders back. Neck is nice and long. Exhale, bring the forehead down. Again, inhale, cobra, open up through the chest. Exhale, forehead down. We do the last one. Inhale, cobra, open up, press the tops of the feet down. Exhale, come back to the mat. Tuck the toes under. Inhale, come onto all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Now walk the feet in about 2 lengths of the feet, so your dog is a bit shorter, but you still have the weight equally distributed on hands and feet. Bend the knees generously, release the right hand, grab underneath the body towards the left shin outside, or the ankle, wherever you reach. You can bend the knees, maybe you can straighten them, maybe you can bring the feet down. See what works for you. And then activate that left shoulder, really lift up and look under that left arm. Take a deep breath in. And a full breath out. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, bring the right hand back forward. We exchange the side, press the right hand down. Lift the hips up. We're still in a dog. It's just a bit shorter. Left hand grabs the outside of the right shin or the ankle, wherever you reach. Right arm stays strong. Right shoulder stays stable. Neck is relaxed. Smooth breaths. Good. Bring the left hand back forward. Now walk in many, many small steps to the top of the mat. You can bend the knees as much as necessary. Open the feet wide. Tilt the toes to point outward. And then send the hips low for a yogi squat Malasa. Now take a moment to arrange yourself. If your heels come off the ground, that's fine. You can prop them up if you have something to put underneath, or you can let them just hover. If they come down, bring them down. Take your hands together in front of the heart center. Interlace the fingers for a moment and circle out the wrists so they can get a bit of relief. One way and the other. And then place the palms on top of each other. Lift the heart up, pull the shoulders back. Open up the chest, bum goes low, spine goes long, and we breathe. And you can close the eyes or find that one focus point to rest your eyes on. And just breathe. You still want to be very attentive in your pose, so on every inhale, broaden through the chest, expand the heart space. On the exhale, pull that lower belly in and up for a little bit of more stability. We stay for 2 more. Good. And then open your eyes, release the hands, bring the weight forward. We will send the hips up for a forward fold. Walk the feet in slightly, but keep them wide. But now the outside edges of your feet are parallel and the upper body can just become heavy and dangle wherever you are. Don't put any pressure, just soften through the knees. Grab opposite elbows and then softly begin to move your upper body from side to side. Very good. Do this a couple of times to find some softness in the spine and the belly and in the neck. Good. One more deep breath here. And then come onto the fingertips. Lengthen through the spine for half forward fold. You can bend the knees a lot. Exhale, fold deep. Now walk the feet in slightly more, hip distance apart. 1 foot more would fit in the middle. Inhale, half lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold all the way down. 1 more. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. We come to standing. Inhale, take the arms over the side. You can bend the knees for a long spine. Look up to your hands. And exhale, hands together in front of the heart center. Good. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, take the arms over the side. Look up to your thumbs. Exhale, fold through the center for deep forward fold. Inhale, half lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold all the way down. We come to standing 1 more time. Inhale, arms over the side, reach it up. And exhale, hands together in front of the heart center. We keep moving. Inhale, arms over the side. Exhale, fold through the center. You can keep the knees soft. Head can be heavy. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, fold. Good. Plant your hands on the mat, shoulder width apart. Step into a plank pose. Inhale here. Exhale, lower the knees down and lower all the way down to the mat. Inhale, cobra, open up through the chest. Exhale, forehead down. 1 more. Inhale. Cobra. Exhale, release. Tuck the toes. Inhale onto all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Big toes to touch. Inhale your right leg up into the sky. Now bend the leg, open up the hip to the side, knee points up to the sky, but again, equally distribute your weight between your left and your right hand. Keep pressing that right hand into the ground. You can bend the left leg if it's a bit much for the back of your leg. If you feel comfortable, you can try bringing the heel down. Open up through the hip. We take 1 more deep breath here. And then we close the hip, pull the knee forward towards the chest, and step the right foot onto the outside of the right hand for a lizard pose. We bring the left knee down, And you can decide to stay here. Lift the heart up. You should already feel some length in your left groin. If you happen to have some space, you can walk the hands further front, maybe even come onto the forearms. This is just an option. We want to stay for a couple of breaths. So feel free to close the eyes or lower the gaze. Practice smooth breathing. Don't exaggerate your breath. And practice staying present. Often these kind of hip opening postures reveal some emotions or some memories, and that's completely fine. We just want to accept whatever happens. However we feel in this pose, if it's very challenging or if this is very easy, just be with it for a moment, breathe through it. Keep bringing your attention back to this moment over and over again. I'm going to stay for 2 more breaths. Feel free to sigh the last one out. And then walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Well, now bring the weight backwards. Pull the hip back so you can slide that right heel towards the left knee. For half pigeon, bring that lower leg in front of you, diagonal. Right knee in line with the right hip. Right heel rather towards the groin. Unless you're very flexible, then you can bring it forward. Then send the left foot back. And then for a moment, make sure your hips are level, pointing to the front of the mat. Come onto the fingertips. Very small back bend. Open the heart. Pull the shoulders back. If this is too much, stay further front. Well, let's just take a moment to really open through the chest and the left groin. And then you can bring the back toes down. Make sure that leg is in line with the left hip. And slowly walk the hands forward. Either come onto the forearms and stay here, or fold all the way down to the ground. If your head doesn't quite arrive at the ground, use your forearms as a support so your neck and your shoulders can relax. I will stay a bit further up from my microphone. But you'll feel free to sink down into the pose and just allow the body to settle in. Allow the breath to support you in this pose. Support you in letting go of any tension, especially on the exhale. Good. If you feel any sensation, maybe now in your right outer hip, that's completely fine. Just send your loving attention into these areas. Send your breath there. Good. We stay for 2 more breaths. And then slowly walk the hands back towards the upper body. Now, we lean over to the right side and swing that left leg around in half circle and bring the left foot onto the outside of the right knee for a twisted seat. We want to bring the left hip down. If this doesn't work, extend your right leg out. You want to be able to sit upright and then reach the left arm up. The right arm can hug the left knee and then twist it open for your twist. Left shoulder goes back, heart lifts up, and we twist softly. The neck goes along without any strain. Chin is parallel to the floor. And then again, work with the breath. Every inhalation lets you grow a bit taller. Every exhalation lets you become a bit more stable. Lower belly can draw in and up on the exhale. Your face is relaxed. Your jaw is soft. You rest your gaze and you breathe. Good. Let's take 1 more breath here. On the inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist it over to the second side. And release. You can bring the hands behind you to unravel your legs. Cross the arms 1 more time as we did before. Grab the outside edges of your feet and lean back. Breathe into the upper back, forehead onto the knees. 1 deep breath here. Good. And then bring the hands behind you, cross the shins. Again, with a little bit of momentum, roll over your knees and step back into your downward facing dog. Very good. Take a couple of releasing movements here. On your next inhale, float it forward into your high plank. And on the exhale, with the knees or maybe without, slowly lower all the way onto the mats. Point the toes, heart forward into your cobra. And exhale, bring the forehead down. We do one more, activate the back. Rather press very little through the hands, but use the back. And exhale, release, tuck the toes. Inhale, come onto all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big toes to touch. Left leg comes up in the air with the inhale. And then we open it up to the side. Arms stay strong. We breathe into that left groin. Right leg can be bended or you press the heel towards the ground depending on the flexibility of your left leg. Press the left hand down into the ground. Take another deep breath here. Then close the hip, pull the knee forward, use the strength of your core, left knee towards the left shoulder, big step outside of the left hand. Right knee comes down, take a moment to adjust. Your foot wants to be underneath your knee and your knee presses towards your shoulder. Again, lift the heart forward and see if that might be enough for you today to open the right groin, just if you happen to have space. If it seems available, you can come forward with the hands a little bit, or you can come all the way down onto your forearms. And then again, find your focus point or close the eyes and stay in the pose. Stay present. Allow for everything or anything that comes up just to pass through you. It's completely okay the way it is now. Focus on your breathing. Good. We stay for 3 more long breaths. Feel free to sigh the last one out, so leave anything here that has come up. Let it go. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. Pull the hips back for some control. We bring the left heel over to the right. Bring the lower leg down, diagonal for half pigeon pose. Left knee in one line with the left hip. Heel towards the groin or slightly forward depending on your flexibility. Push the right hip back. Come into the fingertips. Lift the heart for a moment if you can. You can also stay further here. But don't just drop into the pose by gravity alone, but really first open up. You can place the back toes down. Open up through the chest. And then slowly take a moment, or a couple of moments, a couple of breaths to come down and place yourself intentionally into this pose. Again, feel free to come all the way down. Let the upper body become heavy. Feel free to withdraw from the screen once you found your pose. You don't have to watch me, but rather just go inside. Notice all the sensations in your body. Notice how the breath influences these sensations. Full breaths. Allow for smooth and long exhales. Stay for 3 more. And then slowly bring some weight into the hands. Walk them back up towards the body. Lean over to the left side. Swing that right leg around for your twisted seat. Right foot over the left knee. Either stay with both legs bended or extend the left leg out in front of you. Whatever you need so you can sit nice and tall. Lengthening through the spine. Right arm pulls up. And exhaling, twisting over to the right side. Find that stable connection of both its bones with the ground. And from that stable connection, lift up through the spine, grow tall. And on the exhale, open up towards the right, creating some space. Breathe. Last deep breath here. Good. On your next inhale, come back to center. And on the exhale, fold over to the second side. Good. Sit back up. Bring the feet in front of you. And one last time, cross your shins and roll over to step back into your downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, slowly roll forward into your high plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, straight away, come back into your downward facing dog. Good. Inhale here. Exhale. Bring the knees down to the ground. Send the hips back for child's pose. The hips become heavy, belly onto the thighs, forehead down to the ground. Deep breath in. Full breath out. One more. Deep breath in. Full breath out. And then slowly roll your way up to be sitting upright on the heels. Rest your hands in your lap, nestled within each other. If this is not a comfortable seat, you could swing the legs around and cross them. Lengthen through the spine, keep the eyes closed. Just take a moment to observe how you feel now in your body. How's the quality of your breath? How's the atmosphere in your mind, the velocity of your thoughts, the quality of your thoughts? Take one more deep breath in. Full breath out. Chin your palms together in front of the heart center. Lower the forehead down to the fingertips and express some gratitude towards yourself for taking the time for the slow practice. Say things for your body, your health, the life that flows through you. Just take a moment of gratitude. When you're ready, slowly open the eyes. Thank you so much for your practice. I hope you feel comfortable and relaxed and warmed up in your body, clear in your mind. Feel free to leave me any feedback, ask me any questions, or leave any wishes of what kind of video you would love to see next. And then have a wonderful day. I will see you in the next video.